creativity block. Just rocking some older paint, just playing, using some salvaged canvas that just didn't do what I wanted it to do. And hopefully something awesome will come out of this. Oh yes, and gotta do the blaster thing. Alaric Cheadle. Ah, see? His are epic, mine not so much. But that's okay, I'm still learning. I'm a little more delayed because I've been on a hiatus, so I'm not progressing as quickly because I haven't been doing it every day. And you gotta do stuff every day. If you want to gain proficiency and competency and get the results you want, you have to practice every day, as they like to say. Practice makes perfect, or at least it makes, you know, better. I'm trying to get that silicone to go under, because if it goes under, then it can float to the top. If it stays at the top, then it'll make bald spots all, whoops, look at that, all along, all over my canvas, and I don't want bald spots on my canvas. That's probably more than enough. We're going to do a little bit more. Get that crazy red stuff in. It likes to take over, but that's okay. Cool stuff. I haven't added any more blaster because I think I've probably hopefully got enough. And I guess I should stir it to make sure it got in there. So this is going to be a very thick pour. This is all Oops paint, craft paint as you saw, and some old mixed paint from a month or two ago. I'm hoping my camera slash phone cooperates and doesn't cut me off. I'm not going to intentionally do ribbon. I'm going to flip cup this one. The last one I did a ribbon on a long canvas. Now the thing is that there's a lot of paint in here, so I'm gonna slowly, no I'm not. Oh, shoot, I should have my gloves on, and I have my gloves on. Too late, gotta go with it. Gonna do as I say, not as I do. Wear your gloves, because otherwise your whole hand becomes a mess, a disaster, a messy disaster. So I was gonna, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna do, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. Oh, that's kind of some interesting stuff. I'm gonna come back in over here. See, that red just takes over. Now I'm gonna be really covered in paint. Don't do this, man. Don't do it. Let's get some more interest up through here. So I'm adding some ribbons. Gonna add a ribbon there. Maybe pull a ribbon here. Drag it back down there. We want visual interest, man. There are no mistakes. There are just interesting embellishments. I still didn't get my sides, but that's okay. And my phone is still working. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Yeah, I don't have enough paint to roll down. But again, hitting pause. Okay, things are changing and have changed in those brief moments where I rinsed my hands. Since I did put silicone in, I am going to heat gun it on low. First I got to get it warm. You don't want to burn your paints, so you're going to come in close, but you're not going to linger for a long, long time. I'm kind of disappointed, even though I did ribbons, it didn't catch a lot of visual interest. So it's almost tempting to stretch these out here and give the whole thing more oomph, to kind of drag them in this direction and kind of lose some of that, and perhaps drag it in that direction. And I'm out of the good stuff in there. So hopefully you can hear everything I said. I don't know. So it's still loose. It's very, very open. The paint is still open, which means it's flowing. As long as it's open, it can still do more interesting things. But I don't want to lose all my interest. I like to stretch things because sometimes you'll pull colors that are hiding underneath the primary color on top. But you start getting ziggy zags like I'm getting in that corner there. if you manipulate. See, I'm getting a lot of zigzag patterns. A lot of people look down on those because it shows just that well, number one, for this I have an uneven surface that I've painted on. Number two, I'm moving it a lot. When you move it a lot, you get zigzags. You don't get nice round cells. You don't get oval cells. You get zigzags. But they have their own appeal, so, you know, judge not. It's all good. Kind of bummed. I missed a lot of spots here, but again, this is purely experimental and for your pouring pleasure. Now I'm going to go ahead and see a little bit more is pulling out of there. Silicone is a kind of a interesting thing because if you don't get it to rise to the top, you'll have these bubbles of paint, and if you pop them, they'll be greasy because they're silicone, and then you've got to really alcohol a lot before you do any gloss or sealing to them. So you really want to use the heat to bring the silicone up and through the paint and to the top. So that's what I'm really hoping to do here. So fun stuff, more cells. Still interesting, I think. A strange palette. No fine arts degree went into the making of this pour. Anyways, thank you for joining me and have a great day. Keep on pouring. Bye.